Hello, thank you for joining us tonight. As we said, a special programme on the devastating wildfires happening in Greece right now. We'll be live in Rhodes in a moment, where thousands of people, including a huge number of British tourists, are being rescued from flames like this, the biggest evacuations ever seen there. We'll look into why this is happening there and not here, and let you know what you should do if you've got a trip planned somewhere that could be vulnerable to extreme weather like this. Now, much of Europe has seen record temperatures over the past few weeks, but we're going to focus on the fires right now that are happening in Rhodes. Aegean Sea to the west, Mediterranean to the east, and we're going to show you some of those areas in orange where the wildfires are happening right now. It's peak holiday season, and it's thought up to 10,000 Brits could be on the island at the moment. Homes and hotels have been completely burnt to the ground. Many people are sleeping on the floor, waiting for flights home. Well, our correspondent Julian Druker has spent the day at the airport today in the north of the island and joins us now. Julian, really good to talk to you. Give us an idea of what's happening there at the moment.
Hi there, Dan. It has been a terrifying weekend for so many as those firefighters have been battling the flames. So many people say there's been another battle for information. You're seeing people behind us there going on those repatriation flights. One is about to leave shortly for Gatwick. But some say they feel massively neglected as they have watched Rhodes burn. As the temperatures surge, the inferno is raging and gripping this island. This fire crew was trying but failing to dampen the flames. This part of Rhodes, and so many like it, are still consumed by an unprecedented emergency. 19,000 have been forced to leave their homes over the weekend. And in hotels across the island, abject confusion in many of them, as up to 10,000 British holidaymakers could end up stranded. At Rhodes Airport, David Bothwell from Telford is hoping to abandon the island this evening. He and his family evacuated one hotel as the flames neared, but then met more danger.
So we walked 7 miles across the beach, south, to another hotel. We were then told to evacuate that one, so we carried on walking again. It was pitch black, obviously, because there's no street lights, but there was babies crying, there was people crying, there was all the pushing and the shoving, there was people trying to drag their luggage onto the boats, and it was just complete chaos.
People fighting as well?
Yeah, people fighting and just generally pushing and trying to get to the front.
As politicians debated how best to tackle this crisis, the Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis underlined the grave situation. We definitely still have 3 tough days ahead of us, he said. We must all remain on constant alert. Then he added, we are currently at war, completely focused on the fire. Some have endured hours, days, waiting for a rescue flight. Airlines are now chartering them, but some passengers say they've been denied information over the weekend. Richard from North Wales says 2 days of phoning and emailing came to nothing.
We can't get through to them, so we've just booked our own, and we were supposed to be evacuated, and then they weren't going to evacuate us, and then they were, so we just sort of decided to do it ourselves.
How much are these extra flights going to be costing you?
The flights were about 550 quid, and taxis and everything else, so it's probably cost £1,000 altogether on top.
Richard's daughter says the situation changed rapidly in just a few hours.
By lunchtime it was kind of scary as ash just came down from the sky and stuff, so people were just panicking a bit, and there was loads of people in the hallways and stuff running around. So yeah, it was quite a scary area, really, to be honest. Yeah.
The island's deputy mayor says the fires here remain out of control. These hot, dry days have caused and now sustain the intensity of the flames as the fires continue to spread further and further.
Some incredible footage. Let's go back live to Julian. We can see that packed airport behind you. You talked about that lack of information. What is it like for those trying to get home at the moment?
Well, several airlines offering those rescue flights, airlines like EasyJet and Jet2, but will things be scaled up? What is the government response to this? Well, they have said it is not the sort of situation where they'd fly in RAF planes and that sort of thing. They have stressed this is something just affecting an area of the island here. We're going to hear a bit more about the government response in a minute, but there is anger here. There is also a sort of outpouring of gratitude. So many locals have given up rooms here. They have transported people who are stranded. So many airport staff here giving out crisps and water today. The organisation, I think, of this crisis is improving, because we're just hearing just then the temperature here is not budging. So there really are some tough days ahead.
OK, Julian, thank you very much. And a little wave to that young lady behind you as well, who's trying to get home too, no doubt.